bakoretwo bakitharikira Inspector General wa BORISI Ndangras Kanja Kirocho bari amwe na bunge ya Senate bujite nikiria bakuga ati bunge iji ithiritwe igitumira buthuku mamuraka yayo na kinya nkuruki kumba kwithwa igitumira Inspector General wa BORISI na KANJU yao kwithwa kibathangikia bariuga ati kwirigira konda kugwatwa ntuku egoro kwa Johnson Atha Sakaja igumbete kwithwa gwituma bakaigwa batenganiribo na bariuga nandi batigano nabo baite ngugi yao era batumirwe kwithwa bagito mwana Kiroti ena ripoti nkuruki.
How are you? We met as a Council of Governors and raised very grievous issues with respect to the conduct of Senate committees, and in particular the Senate Public Accounts Committee. These are very grave matters that we raised. We raised very grave matters. These are very serious matters. Because when 43 out of the 47 governors of the Council of Governors of Kenya raise matters with respect to extortion, harassment, intimidation, and embarrassment at Senate committees, it's not a matter to be taken lightly. And they appended their signature to that document, that memo. So until IG Kanja. By the way, I spoke to some of his people and I realized there was no warrant of arrest against Governor Sakaja. The only thing there was a letter from the clerk of Senate to the IG. You cannot arrest a governor on the basis of a letter from the Senate clerk. So we want to tell our policemen not to be misused. This is a political matter. It's a political standoff. When it goes legal, we'll play it in court. When it goes legal, we'll play it out in court. And the people will regret that it never reached that level. But for now, it's a political standoff. It requires a political solution, and that political solution can only come from the leadership of Council and the leadership of Senate. So, we want to tell a good policeman to stay out of this.
There's a time in this country when politics were had reached fever peak, and we used to have a Kamata Friday. And I think that is what is being brought back through the back door by the Senate. And if it were possible for that committee to write to governors and say, we have invited you to come and speak, however, the following 4 senators will not be in the committee, we will appear. Because that is our problem. Because you cannot continue engaging people who engage you on a different level that is not lawful with impunity. It is not possible. 67 senators, only 4 have a problem, and the whole Senate, including the Speaker, decides to sacrifice a very serious exercise by refusing to give us an audience to discuss our engagement the way forward with these 4 senators out of the way. That is why we are saying it looks seriously political, and let our administration, including the police, not be used. Let our administration, including the police, not be used by politicians to settle political scores. I've listened to what the senators sometimes say, that we would like a certain governor to be brought in chains in front of Senate committee. How do you bring a governor in chains in front of a committee? How does that contribute to engagement in terms of oversight with the Auditor General and the Senate? Because that sounds like a war, it sounds like a fight. You can take the donkey to the river, but you can never force it to drink. So their intention seems to be flexing muscles to show that we can actually make governors report to the committee, whether they like it or not. That's not really what we are looking at. We are looking at making engagement, not having playing politics of superiority, who is more superior than the other, who can summon who. That's really not the essence of the whole of this thing.
Hiyo ni kanjua magavana. Tetambere. Akalibantura ya